fuck is going on? Y'all niggas see I got the tea, man. Motherfucking allergies. Fucking a nigga up out here. Fucking a nigga up like a son of a bitch. But anyway, man, what's going on, man? Another day, another 10 cents. All you motherfuckers at the Core Plantation. Better get that shit together. But anyway, shout out to everybody out there that's handling business. Man, it's a lot of shit that's been going on. A lot of shit that needs to be discussed. But, you know, racism and white supremacy is always on the mind. So shout out to everybody out there. Man, I want to send a shout out to my nigga at No Compromise. That's my nigga. We had a nice conversation today, and we was both kind of comparing. I got to get on this. We was both comparing about how YouTube be like shadow banning niggas. He was telling me, he was like, bro, I swear, man. I'm like, look, man, you ain't even got to trip. Because he was like, bro, when I was just talking about other shit, I was getting 50,000 views, 10,000 views, and I believe him. He's like, as soon as I start talking about real shit, he said, a nigga could barely get 10 views. I was dying laughing. I was like, nigga, I was like, bro, I've been on YouTube since 2009, and it's been that way. And I was telling him when I was doing silly sucker shit, oh, nigga, I was getting 15. I deleted a lot of those videos. I only saved one, but I deleted a lot of them. A lot of people that was around when I was making those videos, they saw how many views I had, 15, 20,000, 30,000. This is 2010. This 2011, this is before it was like really the height of YouTube like that. This is before YouTube really started paying motherfuckers. And then I got off YouTube for like 5 years and I started back. When I started back, it was hard as a motherfucker at first. I'm like, damn, the nigga put his heart and soul and the nigga only got one view. But shit, that's the way it goes. You just gotta be prepared, man. That shit don't bother me. I was telling my nigga, shout out to my nigga at No Compromise, man. He got a dope ass podcast. I was like, man, don't even worry about that shit, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Niggas see what you doing. Real motherfuckers watch that shit. I was like, bro, I don't even look at that shit no more, man. We was even talking about, I was like, they probably was taking numbers from you too. You gotta think, it's dominant white society people in charge of this shit. So they can go through anybody's page and be like, all right, instead of having 15,000, we gonna take that away. Now he only got 500. They'll do shit like that, man. Unless you making money for him. Then it's a different ball game. So shout out to that brother, man. Shout out to everybody out there that's handling business and paying bills, man. Motherfuckers like, man, payday. Nah, nigga, redistribution day, nigga. They got bills to pay and shit. But anyway, we're gonna get on it. We're gonna talk about this white councilman that, well, let's talk about the N-word. Who's the house nigger here? They can't wait to say nigga. See, but that's some Alabama shit. Let me tell you out there, he probably say it anyway. He just wanted to use that as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get on the, I guess the mayor's black. I'm not sure. And I guess the mayor's wife would use the word nigga and all this other stuff. We're going to get on all that. We're going to talk about how it relates to the Court Plantation. I'm always bringing it back to that. We're going to examine why it is that they try to word shame us on the shit that we say that's used as in terms of endearment to us. And then they want to jump in the conversation and try to vilify it like you can't say it. They stay doing that shit at the Court Plantation all day long. So we going to get into that shit, man, and talk about that shit. Hey, Erica, man, what's happening? Erica, man, I was just talking to my nigga, No Compromise, man. I'm telling you, man, this shit he had me rolling. I cannot get off that. He had me rolling because he's like, bro, I swear, man, I had all these views. I'm like, bro, you ain't got to explain nothing to me. I'll fuck with your shit. Nigga, I said, man, nigga, I would do the dumbest videos and get 400-500 views. The dumbest video. Hey, what's going on, 066? I see the dumbest videos. I had a whole thing called bullshitting at work. I would get 300, 400, 500, 600 views. And then once I started talking about this shit, it went to 500, 600 views, 15,000 views to 10 views. And at first I was like, damn. But then I was like, man, fuck it, man. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You should share it on the other platform so I can find it. I tried searching and I can't find it. What other platform? What other platform you talking about? You talking about Instagram? Are you talking about Twitter? What you talking about? They done took my Twitter like 3 times. When I was talking about fuck a bitch, the bitch, fuck that bitch don't do nothing but suck dick. Oh, I was getting retweets and everything. Soon as I start talking about, I'll be posting on Black Enough. I just posted it right now. Those are the only 2 sites I posted on. I posted on Billy Carson's, I posted on his app. Billy Carson got an app, and I posted on Black Enough. Those are the only ones I posted on. I just posted right now. Because I feel like, yeah, if I just, on Black Enough. See? On this phone. Boom. Blackenough.com. Yeah, I'll be posting it on there. But it be so many people posting, that's probably why. But I don't care, though. I fuck with it. Damn, you probably couldn't even see that shit, huh? White ass screen. But anyway. Wait, you say fake account? The No Compromise videos? What happened? You went on his, hey, we about to get into it right now, man. For sure. Let me cut this shit down. What happened? You went on his YouTube? Could you find it? And see, that's another thing too, me and him was talking about. And I had to, like I keep saying, I had to tell him, bro, you ain't even gotta explain, my nigga. You talking about real shit, so they not gonna promote it unless you like paying, because you can pay YouTube to promote your page. Then they'll fuck with you because you paying them. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the free accounts, any help finding the other videos? What other videos? You gotta tell me what videos you talking about. And I was telling him, I was like, bro, or unless you go into business with them where they take 30% and you get 70%, then they'll start promoting your shit. But other than that, they not gonna fuck with that shit, man. In a minute, watch. What they gonna start doing is making it where you gotta have, like, if you're just a listener, they gonna let you have that for free. But if you are a podcast, like if you doing videos, they gonna make it where they gonna start charging niggas to do that shit. Watch, because they don't want a lot of niggas on here anyway, because niggas is waking up. I'll try searching No Compromise. Damn, let me find it, because here, let me give it to you. Let me give it to you. Hey, we hood like this on here, man. So here, let me go to my YouTube page. I'll be watching this shit all the time. I just be forgetting. And then when I be trying to make comments, it don't be letting me make the comments sometimes. They be doing some janky shit on YouTube, bro. For real, for real. Here, let me go, cause boom. Let me see. It's NOCOMPROMISE. I can't believe you can't find that shit. Let me see. All right, let me see. Let me go to his homepage. Yeah, No Compromise. That's the name of his podcast. No Compromise. COMPROMISE. Yep. Cause what happened one day, cause YouTube, they'll look at your algorithm. So I watched shit like that. And then it just came across my algorithm and I clicked on it because it was like Black Fathers. I forgot what the title was. And I clicked on it and I just watched the whole thing. I was like, damn, this nigga spitting. But a lot of the videos I be trying to comment on, this shit don't be letting me comment or act like it do. When I go back, it don't never. YouTube be doing sucker shit like that. Sometimes when y'all leave comments on my page, I don't get the alert from YouTube for like 3, 4, 5, 6 days later sometimes. Or 18 hours later, or 9 hours later, 10 hours later. I done already made another video, and then finally I'll get an email talking about, oh yeah, such and such left a comment on your page. They be doing some shiesty shit, straight up. And then some of them, like Erica, when you left Dirty Bookman's Prayer, I had to log out of my shit, log back in, go to the YouTube page, couldn't do it. Then I had to go to my email that I got a confirmation from my email that you left a message. I had to go through my email to view the message about Dirty Bookman's Prayer. When I would go to the YouTube, it wouldn't even let me view it at all. They be doing some shiesty shit, and that's what me and him was talking about today, man. And I just was like, bro, this is what it is. Oh, let me tell you what's in the cup, because my allergies is fucked up. It's caliche out here. They don't have like dirt and grass like in Cali and other places. They have caliche. It's like hard rock and shit with dust about it. It's like adobe brick type shit. And that dust, when the wind get to blowing and shit, that shit'll fuck you up. And I'll be out there sometimes in it, and man, this shit get all in my nasal cavity, in my throat and shit, all in your chest, because you breathing that shit. That's what I hate about Vegas' weather. I'd rather just be cold with no wind. No rain and just be cold. And a lot of the times it get to like monsoon season, it be raining and windy and shit. And that caliche get to kicking up. The dust, that shit get all in your lungs and shit. So I'm drinking mullein tea right now. I'm drinking mullein tea. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking mullein tea right now. That helps with your lungs, your nasal cavities and everything. Of course, I done took my sea moss. You already know what it is, man. Let me know if you want. Man, send me another address. I'll send you some. Erica for sure, but yeah, I stay doing that. But sometimes, man, you take that sea moss, man, you gotta be careful. Man, I took that sea moss, man. I've been spitting up mucus like a motherfucker. I'm like, God damn, I was that mucusy? Shit. But anyway, man, we about to get into the subject. I just wanted to touch on that 066, man. What's happening with you, bros? We got to get on the subject today, man. Remember, I've been saying all this time, man, there's a difference between Hollywood racism and bold and upfront racism. Covert racism is motherfuckers like Tim Wise and Jane Elliott and all the motherfuckers. I'm scared of that sea moss, but my sister thinks it's great. I'm telling you, sea moss is the business, man. It done changed a lot. It helps with so many things. 92 out of 128 minerals or something like that your body needs. I used to put it with my shakes. I don't even do that shit no more. I just take it whole. The only thing about taking that shit whole, you got to time it right. Because if you take it like at 8, 9 o'clock at night, you're going to be until like 3 o'clock in the morning. You'll get sleepy and you'll sleep, but you'll get right up. So I take it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to lie, I ain't going to act like I eat healthy every day. There's a lot of foods I love. I love pizza, and that's full of mucus. So that's why I always got to keep some sea moss on deck, man, and get that mucus up out of me and shit. But yeah, man, mullein tea is good for you. Or you can smoke the actual mullein, and it's real good for your chest and everything. Because, allergies and sinuses and shit, that shit, them sinus infections is real. And I used to get them a lot around springtime out here in Vegas because of that dust and shit. I never really got them in Cali, but I get them now. So, man, just stay on your health and shit as much as you can. I'm not saying eat healthy all day, but try to stay on it as much as you can. But, man, we about to get on this, this situation with this councilman. And we about to get on the situation with this councilman, this white councilman.
Meeting. Chastity Maxey.
And I think the mayor's black, and some of the council women, they own the thing. But I think he just used this as a reason to say nigga, because that's what they be wanting to do anyway. They be wanting to say it. So I'm going to play it. And I think, this is out of Alabama. And see, this is the thing, man. They don't give a fuck. I think it's Tarrant, Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. My motherfucker was like, yeah, let's talk about the house nigga, some shit like that. That's what I had read a little bit, but I like to go through it in real time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more authentic.
City Council
but we
meeting.
about to get on it. Here, let me cut this motherfucking music off so y'all can hear this clown ass shit. This nigga going in talking about, yeah, tell me where the house niggers are and all this other bullshit. Here we go. Here, let me rewind it.
During Monday night's City Council meeting, Chastity Maxey joins us live after speaking to the councilman about what happened, Chastity.
Well, Morgan, John Bryant, better known to many as Tommy Bryant, says that he used the N-word during
better known as Tommy Bryant.
Tarrant City Council meeting on Monday night because he said he wanted to demonstrate the type of language Mayor Wayman Newton uses regularly. He says that he is not a racist and says he was only repeating what the.
If you're not a racist, then why do you even need to repeat it? You could have just said, hey man, this dude be saying all this other stuff, but why did you need to repeat? Because you wanted to say it. Stop.
Mayor said. The exchange in question appears to begin with Councilman Bryant and Mayor Newton discussing posts on social media made by Bryant's wife.
This was about me and not my wife, and now.
But your wife puts herself in politics by posting things on Facebook, and she attributes it to you.
More words were exchanged between the mayor, Bryant, and another councilwoman when someone from the audience yelled out, and one time she used the N-word. That's when Bryant, slamming his hands against the desk, rising from his seat and gesturing to another councilwoman, Veronica Freeman, Bryant asks,
N-word. Let's get to the N-word.
I mean, I know I'm black.
Now you
want to address what I have to say.
Do we have a house in here?
Gasping could.
See, do we have a house nigger in here? This is what they do, and this is what they say. And now you're in Alabama, so you bold. So he knows he's protected by the KKK and the dominant society. He knows they're going to be on code with him. He knows that. And that's why he was bold to say, and not even that. That's why they're so emboldened to do stuff like that. They know ain't nothing going to happen. They know that.
Heard following Bryant's comment.
Do we have a house in here?
Gasping could be heard following Bryant's comment. He says that's what the mayor called Councilwoman Freeman. Minutes later, Freeman could be heard crying and later left the meeting visibly upset.
There have been no repercussions for what.
And see, we got to stop crying a lot of the times. What we have to start doing is we have to start being educated and being like, what does that have to do with what is going on right now? What do you, and why do you even need to repeat it and say it that way? Okay, if I said it, I said it, but you don't need to say it because that's racist. Why would you say that? But, you know, crying and playing the victim, these white folk don't give a fuck about you playing no damn victim.
Mayor said no one has held him to task for this, and I felt like it was time someone knew what was going on with the mayor, and that's the reason I did what I did, and I'm hoping people out in the audience will realize that he is the one that said these words.
Bryant says the mayor
that doesn't mean you repeat it.
Used these words during a separate incident and says his use of the N-word on Monday was instigated by the audience member. Bryant says he used the opportunity to call out the mayor.
I do not regret saying it if it will get.
See, I do not regret saying it because he wanted to say it anyway. That's what y'all need to understand. They say it all the time. They just vilify you for saying it. See, they say it all the time and then vilify you, and that's what they do at the corporate plantation. You better not even utter that word. They get you out of there. But motherfucker could call you black sheep, monkeys, all kinds of shit, and they'll get a slap on the wrist. But if you say it, oh, it's a problem.
The attention of everyone in the United States as to what kind of mayor we have. If it takes that to get their attention, I'm.
So if it takes that to get everybody's attention and you wanted to get the United States of America's attention on a black mayor for saying nigga, stop. We don't even know what context he used it in. Okay, well then, hey, how about I do this? How about I go get a KKK member and I tie him up to a tree and hang him so I can get the attention of all the United States of America Incorporated so they can see exactly how racism looks. And then I'm going to say, I was just trying to get everybody's attention. Stop, man. That's some bullshit.
I said it.
Now, I did reach out to Mayor Newton's office and left messages, but my calls were not returned. I did get a statement from his administrative assistant saying, quote, "The video speaks for itself," end quote. Now, I did also reach out to City Council to get a comment from Councilman Freeman, but Freeman's number was unavailable, and Bryant says that Freeman's lawyers have advised her not to speak on this matter at this time.
Of course, they're going to advise you not to speak on this matter at this time. Let's see what the other person got to say if they play it.
Investing your time
Hold on. Let's see if they play it.
matters just as much as investing your money.
Thank you. I'm not playing no goddamn commercials. Fuck out of here. All right, let's see if I can get his audio. Let's see.
Since I've been sworn in to defeat everything that I try to.
All right, here we go.
That is that's false. It's not true. I did not call her that. Councilor Bryant and Councilor Freeman have been working together since I've been sworn in to defeat everything that I try to propose and to try to stop my administration from moving this city forward. In fact, Councilor Freeman filed a discrimination claim against the city on last week, July the 14th to be exact, and in that charge that she filed against the city, she alleged everything from she was upset with me because I didn't approve her going on a conference to she was upset because I told her that she couldn't communicate with employees. Unfortunately, what they've done was they've just taken petty politics and they've turned it into.
Yeah, but if that's a sister you beefing with, if it's the sister he's talking about, y'all niggas need to be on code, man, and stop fighting and arguing in front of all these other fucking dominant society white people. That's the problem a lot of the times that we have. Now, I'll tell you this. There are a lot of times where there's black folk that are protectors of the machine. They're protectors of the dominant society. They are the telling about the gun line bosses at these core plantations. And they'll go out of their way to like abuse their authority, the little authority that they have when it comes to niggas. Now, they don't have that energy when it comes to white folk, but when it comes to niggas, they have that energy. Because a lot of the times, I don't think we know who we are when we get around the dominant society. We get to buck dancing and bugging our eyes and acting like the WB frog and doing all this sucker shit. And all that code, that we supposed to abide by, it goes out the window. Because real talk, if that's the sister he talking about that foul, the discrimination, all this other shit, that's sucker shit. Y'all should have been able to handle that shit behind closed doors. And that's the problem. That's why they don't be like, and see, that's, to me, a lot of the problem that I see when it's all of us together. We don't know how to go behind closed doors and politic the way we're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I've seen situations at the core plantation where you have one black person that's like, look, bro, I'm trying to woo, woo, woo. And then the other person is just like, they gung-ho on holding up the bloodstained banner for this corporate plantation. Is like to the point where they sick mentally and physically over this corporate plantation. It's like, bro, sometimes you got to wake up and understand, man. If somebody trying to pull you to the side and holler at you about some shit, sometimes it's good to just listen and don't just go full throttle or full-fledged for a corporate plantation. Now, with them, you can tell it's a lot of politics going on. Now, if it's that sister he talking about, they could have handled that shit behind closed doors. Because let me tell you, white folk is not going to tell you what they got going on. White folk know how to get on code real quick. When it comes to these jobs, when it comes to their accountability, like I told y'all before, I've worked around a lot of dominant society people, and I've very seldom seen, I can count on my hands how many dominant society white people will just be like, you know what, I messed that up, man. That was on me. The majority of them act like they ain't never messed nothing up, like they perfect. But they can't wait to judge you and tell you what you doing wrong. That's why I always say, who's holding it accountable? Because I see a lot of fuckery at these corporate plantations and these city councilmen and aldermen and all this other shit. And it's like, and it's always, to me, a lot of times, it be the niggas that act like suckers. Like it was a councilman out here, bald head motherfucker. And he started off as a liaison, basically a secretary. Then he become the councilman. He just was an asshole. Walking around, I'm talking about Las Vegas and Nevada. Walking around, wouldn't speak to you, wouldn't try to hold no conversation with you or nothing. Then this nigga get busted stealing his own campaign money. He want to go on TV, start crying and shit. He made me want to jump through that screen and slap him on the back of his bald head ass. I'm like, nigga, don't get on there crying now, nigga. You treating everybody fucked up. That's why, man, you know, a lot of it is how you treat people, man. You can't just do that, man, when you get in those positions. And then when you are in those positions, man, sometimes you got to take it easy, man. Just fall back. Don't get into no political warfare with your own people. You know, a lot of people do that shit. Then you got the old-time black folk that done worked at the court plantation for 30 years, and they mad at themselves and every black person, you know, that come around, so they go out of their way to treat the black people fucked up, but they kissing the white folk ass. I really can't stand them type of motherfuckers, man, for real.
A national PR nightmare for the city, and they're unfortunately it's causing a circus that's unfortunately has made it international.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
Well, again, Council Freeman and Council Bryant, I mean, they orchestrated that. Everything was planned. If you go back and look closely at the video, if you look at her response when he said it, you would think that she would probably have a different response, but I mean, she was very subdued. And if you notice, when she started to cry, it wasn't when Councilor Bryant was speaking or calling her that. She started crying as I was reading what Councilor Bryant's wife said about me. And so,
yeah. So basically this is basically what happened. The black bitch teamed up with that white man to try to get, you know, to throw the nigga under the bus. That's another thing too. Sometimes in that moment, cause your emotions are high, you pissed off and fuck this nigga, because that's how we program. You'll team up with anybody to get that nigga. You'll team up with anybody. Sometimes it's beyond your control a lot of the times what another nigga's doing and you so mad. So you'll team up. But a lot of the times, it's good to say, nah, I'm not finna do none of that shit, man. But you know what, man? We all get to that. I done shit like that too. I done worked around a lot of suck ass niggas, man, that do sucker shit and play games and run to them white folk and tell and play all these games. I'd be like, all right, this nigga gotta go. Cause nigga, you fucking with everybody's money over here. Now, was it right? Probably not. Probably was all wrong. You could probably categorize what I did as a Sambo, but I'm gonna tell you this. When you start doing sucker shit that is involving me and bringing my name into whatever the fuck is going on, when I gotta feed my family, feed me, then nigga, the gloves come off. Cause I'm gonna tell you the one thing about me, when I go to the court plantation, I don't go looking to see who I'm gonna fuck over every day and what type of drama I'm gonna cause. I don't do that. I stay out of people's business and I go and do my shit. But when you dealing with black folk, and a lot of times black folk will treat black folk fucked up to keep the confusion going. You know what I'm saying? And do all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't know how to talk to each other, so those type of things happen.
Fortunately, it's just a very unfortunate situation that the city has been brought into simply because Councilor Bryant is trying to run against me for mayor and Councilor Freeman is trying to sue the city for money.
Yep. So they teamed up. So that's what really happened. That's what really happened. Now, when I saw this across my feed, I was like, man, I'm gonna talk about this shit, man, because that shit kind of had me hot. Because I see it all the time. Now, I can only talk about me, man. Look, a lot of the times I done been emotional and been like, fuck this nigga, man. These motherfuckers gotta go. Fuck that. Not as far, fuck that. Whatever we gotta do to get these motherfuckers out of here. Maybe it wasn't the right decision. I ain't perfect. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, Warren is only a responder. So I don't go. I'm not the what they would say, the predator, or I would say I don't have predatorial thinking. Well, I'm gonna go after people and all that. But I've worked around white folk that's like that, way more white folks than black folks. And I worked around a few black folk that's very predatorial in their thinking when you work with them and playing all these games and being a manipulator and lying and trying to have you beef with this white person and that white person, have you all discombobulated. I've worked under people like that. I've worked with people like that. This shit is crazy. It'll blow your mind, the shit you see niggas do. And then you see the same niggas smiling with the white folk that they talking shit to you about. And it's like, and you looking at them like, bro, you know you just talking shit about that motherfucker, but you all up in their face. But I'm always that person like, man, I'm here to get my bread, man. I'm here to get my bread and do what the fuck I need to do. And you get caught up in it too a lot of the times, man, because like I say, we bereft of knowledge. We lack knowledge of who we are. So we get so emotional in our thinking and the way we view things, and we already have a underlying animosity way of thinking towards each other because we are black. So it makes it easier for you to team up with somebody that's not black to go, to do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I would just say this, man, as you get older, you start to learn, like, man, that ain't the way to go. But you have to be older. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was younger, you don't know. Certain things you know and certain things you like, nah, that's sucker shit. Certain things you like, nah, that ain't cool. I've worked around people that directly they bullshit has affected my shit because of them bullshitting. You know what I mean? And that shit'll wear and tear on you too. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been the type of person where I feel like you got to work as hard as me. I just feel like when your work is affecting me, we got a problem. That's why I used to always be like, man, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why my message to everybody, not to just be an entrepreneur. If you're going to get a corporate plantation job, you better get one where you're graded on what the fuck you do. And if you're not graded as no team and what everybody else do, because that shit will drive you crazy. And it'll have you fighting your own people a lot of the times. Because a lot of your own people, I don't blame them for being like, well, nigga, I'm not finna come in here and slave for these people. Fuck that. I'm finna do what I need to do. And that's it. And I'm not mad at people that's like that. I think that's smart to be that way. I just say you need to understand this. Don't go at your own people. When you do, look at why you going at them. What's the problem? What's going on? Why is it? Some people, they take it too far. I've worked around people, they take it too far. Like, nigga, you taking it too far. I'm going to tell you another thing. Be a defender of yourself and have a response. But don't have a mission at these corporate plantations that are backed by dominant white society people that you're going to get white people up out of here. No, you don't have that type of influence. You don't have that type of influence. You have that type of mentality, hey, man, much power and respect for you. My thing is get your money, get the fuck away from these people. Because you can convince everybody to go to human resources and do all of that stuff. But the people that say human resources, they're all white. So they're not going to look at you any different than your director or manager or whoever, vice president, whoever the fuck you up under. They're all friends. That's what I'm saying. That whole shit is a joke. It's just like when a motherfucker's like, oh, I'm going to file a lawsuit and I'm going to take this up to the Supreme Court. And then the Supreme Court's like, we're going to have the FBI do an internal investigation. Well, that's white people investigating other white people. And white people are known to be on code. So if they're doing that on a law enforcement level, what the fuck you think they doing at the corporate plantation level? And I think that's what people need to worry. Like I said, man, I ain't perfect. I done some sucking shit too. I was younger. You didn't know no better. You focused on, because when you at these corporate plantation jobs, man, they do a really good job of putting that fear in you of, man, this could get taken away from you, and this, and you can lose this, and how you gonna pay your bills? So you're on fight or flight mode now. You're not on like, man, look, cool out, chill out. So your whole mentality changes to like, hey, well then that nigga gotta go. But my thing is, we don't never have that same mentality towards the dominant white society. You know what I'm saying? I give people props. Like I always tell people, oh, you gonna get them fired? Well, then go ahead and do that. If you think you're gonna get these white people fired, go ahead. But you can't be mad at everybody else. Everybody else ain't putting the joint in on the phone because niggas got family and shit to take care of and bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? I just think we gotta learn how to respond and not how to react. Don't get on these jobs like that sister who's suing the city. Look, man, handle that behind closed doors. I'm pretty sure that mayor could have done something if they would have handled it behind closed doors. But they probably talked about it, and he probably told her what it was. That bitch was like, well, fuck you and fuck the city. I'm suing anyway. And I'm going to team up with the white man, and he going to put your business out there about you saying nigga. And it looked, when the sister started crying, I'm like, she crying? Y'all heard me? I'm like, man, you shouldn't be crying. What you crying about? That's when you're supposed to check him and be like, well, that's racist what you said, but that wasn't pre-planned. That's why a lot of times, don't team up with them people, man. Don't team up with nobody. Knowledge of motherfucking self. Before you try to team up with anybody, get your shit right. Get your shit together, man. Straight up. Stay in your lane. That's why I always tell people, stay in your lane. You go on Instagram, look at Instagram, give other people props and go on about your way. Don't look at them and try to compare what they doing to you. That's not comparable. This is your lane and that's their lane. Straight up. And for all my black folk that's out there and any other racial group, especially my black folk, hey man, start teaching your kids about generational wealth and stop playing these political warfare games with your children. Stop doing that. And then when you go And whatever you gonna leave, you gonna leave. Instead of you teaching people how to govern it and manage whatever fortune you gonna leave them, you so busy wanting all the attention and all the political warfare. You know, you see it on TV, you see it everywhere, and it's like you're not teaching nobody nothing. But let me tell you what Jewish folks are doing. They're teaching their kids. Okay, we have an account here, we have an account here. We own 5 properties. This is how much money we bring in. This is how much money such. We're setting you up with our accountant. Our lawyer will be coming in if something was to happen to me and help you manage the finances. That's what white Jewish people do. That's what they do. But only in our community a lot of the times, man, you motherfucker could have a fortune, or you don't know what they have, and then it's like, now they dead and gone. And now it's like, all right, well, now here you go, you manage it, and now boom, you lose it, you lose everything in one generation. Wait, missed that part if she started crying. She needs to start her lawsuit right now, go to therapy and flip the script. Exactly. See, I would have flipped the script on him. But no, she teamed up with that because this is what we do. Look, I'm not finna sit up here and act like I ain't been emotional like that and been like, that's because I didn't have no father figure. I didn't have nobody ahead of me to be like, look, Warren, man, you know, you get on these jobs. I've only, like I told you, I only worked at one job, and that was Opportunity Village. And I worked around a whole bunch of black people, and they were all on code. And there were a lot of people within that black community that did not get along, but I never knew that shit until they told me. Because the black folk, it wasn't that the black folk didn't fuck with every other racial group at Opportunity Village at the time. It just was, these were mature black folk that needed their job. So they there to do their job and go to fuck home. They're not there to get involved in other people's gossip. Now, I'll tell you this. I worked around a Filipino lady, and I worked around, I think she was white and Mexican, Latino sister. And I remember one time I walked in on them talking shit about me, and I straight out said, if y'all got something to say, just tell me. Because they was worried about what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like, why don't y'all just worry about what y'all doing? Why you worried about what I'm doing? You see what I'm saying? So it was really different for me. And then when I went to go tell the black folk was like, they all like that. That's why we don't fuck with none of them. They always want to be in everybody else's business instead of be worried about their shit. And that's what taught me, like, look, man, stay in your lane, go in there, don't be gossiping, don't even get involved in that shit. White people come to you gossiping, just look at their ass like they crazy. And be like, oh, okay. That's why now, man, I don't do the smiling thing because I went through all that. Exactly what happened, I already went through some shit like that. Not that way, but I went through the same shit where motherfucker that's non-black, you know, anybody part of the dominant society, they'll team up with you to get another black person out. You know what I'm saying? But really, you're doing yourself a disjustice because that person that you beefing with, y'all can handle that behind closed doors. But a lot of us, man, we got our own agendas and our own thing going on. I didn't have no agenda, but I'm going to tell you that a lot of people I work with, they've had their own shitty ass agendas. And that's why when I get on corporate plantation, I don't want to be over nobody. I ain't trying to be nobody's supervisor. I ain't trying to tell you what to do. The only thing I try to tell anybody is, man, go invest in stocks, bonds, and 401k. That's all I tell a nigga. I'm not trying to tell you how to move. Look, you want to be kissing these white people ass and smiling and joking with them and going out to eat with them? Be down, my nigga. I don't do none of that shit. I'm not trying to hang out with you outside of work like that. I'm not trying to do none of that shit. And that's how you need to be. And be on code and stop teaming up with other people. Don't do no, like, look, as you get older, you know, damn, that was some sucker shit. And at least I could admit it. I'm not finna sit up here and be like, man, no, nigga. You know, you get mad, you get frustrated, and you be like, man, why you bringing me into your shit? And then they'll laugh like, oh, well, I didn't mean to do it. Well, what you mean you didn't mean to do it? Don't bring me into whatever the fuck you got going on. Nigga, I'm solo dolo. I'm just trying to get my bread and go the fuck on my way. But niggas will bring you into their shit when they know what the fuck they doing and some other shit at the corporate plantation. And it's like, when you, sometimes you can't be emotional. You got to pull the motherfucker to the side like, look, man, I don't get down like that. But a lot of the times when they see that you're gullible, they'll go with the okie doke. And then when you wake up, it's too late. Now you're emotional. Now you want, now fuck that nigga. Woo, woo. You know, you get to that point. Then niggas start going to HR and telling each other, just doing sucker shit. I don't do shit like that, but I've been around it and I've seen it. I've been the first hand watch niggas do that shit. And I was like, this shit is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I've been around situations where niggas get mad because you not going to HR or human resources and starting all this drama and all this bullshit. And it's like, nigga, man, it's already bad enough we got to be here 40 hours out the week. Nigga, I'm not trying to deal with this shit, man. You see how they go, you see how they did Donald Trump with that locker room talk, and when it was convenient, use it against them. Exactly. They threw their own boy under the bus, and then look at what happened. Let's talk about what happened after that with Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I grabbed him by the pussy. They put it out there, and Donald Trump was like, that's locker room talk. Because Donald Trump ultimately knew, nigga, I'm white. I don't gotta explain shit to y'all. Nigga, this is how we talk. We grab bitches by the pussy. Because I'm white, I'm rich, and you're not. It ain't shit they gonna do to me because I don't give a fuck because I got billions. So remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you notice, first they threw him out there, right? To be sacrificed. You know, to get ate the fuck up. And then when he responded, man, that's locker room talk. They didn't even know how to deal with it. And the majority of the white folk got on code with him. Well, it is locker room talk. That's how we talk in the locker room. They started blaming the motherfucker who put the tape out there. Straight up, like, oh, well, whoever taped that, he should get sued, and he shouldn't have done that. They took all the focus off him. It's just like Rachel Nichols and Maria, whatever, I forgot the last sister's name. Nobody focused on what Rachel Nichols was saying. Everybody was too busy trying to take up for her. Rachel Nichols was basically saying, hey, I'm all for diversity as long as it doesn't affect me and my place in the system of racism and white supremacy. That's what the bitch was saying. You know I'm right, Eric, on that shit. The nigga Donald Trump was like, that's locker room talk. Everybody was like, I can't believe he said that. Then if you notice, a lot of white people were just like, well, it is locker room talk. Straight up, a lot of white people was, and then everybody got on code. Then that went away. It was like what he said never existed. Because that's the type of code that they be on. We just got to be on that code, man. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribe, go get you some CMOS. You already know what it is, man. Get you some motherfucking melon tea in your life. That's the type of shit I'm fucking with. But anyway, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing, man. I'll see y'all niggas on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be doing some research to see what the fuck I'm going to be talking about. But hey, man, today, hey, you get on the core plantation, don't team up with nobody. If they melanated, they going to be like, nah, we not doing no sucker shit. Let's team up and go start a business. Let's not team up and go to no fucking human resources to get nothing accomplished. That if you going to team up with your brother and sister, team up so you can go get you a motherfucking entrepreneurial gig. You know what I'm saying? So don't team up to do that. That's sucker shit. You wasting your time. Trust me, you talk to a nigga that it's a waste of time. It's a formality. They don't even give a fuck. But anyways, man, I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing. You already know what it is. Shout out to No Compromise Podcast. That's my nigga right there, man. Like I said, hey, you know what it is, man. I ain't on here cloud chasing. And don't cloud chase. For what? Do what you do. If your shit is dope, niggas will fuck with it. If they don't, they don't. Maybe you need to tweak it. But I can tell you right now, his podcast is dope, and I fuck with it. I like my shit dope, man. It ain't like I don't want my shit to grow, but I just don't want them taking my page down. You start having a whole bunch of followers. You can't say this, you can't say that. They start taking your feed down, and because I see what they be doing to like the big time people like Jason Black and Tariq Nasheed and them and Corey Oakham and them. Man, when they start talking about real shit, they'll take their page down in midstream. So hey, man, I appreciate everybody out there. You already know what it is, man. If a nigga talking about he don't see color, guilty nigga, that's a Sambo. Sambo rehab, homie. I'm out. Peace.